Hello everyone, I hope you have had a good day. In this video, we are going to be solving a few problems involving exponents. That is, we are going to be looking at how to solve exponential sums. Okay, let's get to it. Now, the question that we have now is x power 2 by 7 divided by z power minus 1 by 2 multiplied by x power 2 by 5 divided by z power 2 by 3 multiplied by x power minus 9 by 7 divided by z power 2 by 3 again multiplied by z power 5 by 6 divided by x power minus 3 by 5. This is the expression that we have been given. We have to solve for the value of this. Now, the first step in solving this expression is that I would like to bring all the denominators to the numerator. Okay, both the numerator and the denominator involve exponents. So I want to make it a expression involving product of all the items in the numerator, all the terms in the numerator. So we already know this property. Okay, a power minus m is equal to 1 by a power m. Now, similarly, we can apply this logic and say that a power m is also equal to 1 by a power minus m. Using this property, I want to bring all the denominators to the numerator, okay, so that I will have an expression involving only multiplication and not a division, okay. So I'm going to bring all the denominators to the numerator. The numerator x power 2 by 7 will remain as it is. The denominator z power minus 1 by 2, when I bring it to the numerator, the power will change because that's what we have seen here. You see the property a power minus m equal to 1 by a power m, and a power m is equal to 1 by a power minus m. From the denominator to the numerator, when I bring an exponent, the base will remain the same, but the sign of the power will change. It will turn negative. Negative of positive is negative, negative of negative is positive. So here already the power is negative. I have to change the sign of the power. So z base remains constant. Negative of negative 2 minus of minus 1 by 2 will give me 1 by 2 multiplied by, same way, numerator x power 2 by 5 remains the same, multiplied by z power 2 by 3. When I bring it to the numerator, it becomes minus 2 by 3. Then numerator again, x power minus 9 by 7 remains the same. Z power 2 by 3 again, when I bring it to the numerator, it becomes z power minus 2 by 3. And over here, the numerator is z, okay. Z power 5 by 6 multiplied by x power minus 3 by 5. When I bring it to the numerator, minus of minus 3 by 5 will give me 3 by 5. Now see, the first step was very simple. We have brought all the denominators to the numerator and we have expressed this expression as purely a product of different exponents. Okay, there is no division right now. Now, we have to use another property of exponents over here. A power m into a power n would give me a power m plus n. Okay, this property is that when I am multiplying two exponents, where the bases are the same but the powers are different, that is a power m into a power n. A remains the same, the base remains the same, but the powers are different. So in this case, the answer would be the same base is going to remain constant, a, raised to the power of sum of the two powers which we are multiplying, okay. So in the first term it is a power m, in the second term it is a power n. When I am multiplying both these terms, okay, I will be getting a power of sum of m plus n, okay, sum of m and n, that is m plus n. Applying this property now for the second step, I'll see here the bases x, x, x and x are same, but the powers are different, 2 by 7, 2 by 5, minus 9 by 7 and 3 by 5. So I'm going to keep the base constant, x is constant, raised to the power of 2 by 7 plus 2 by 5 minus 9 by 7 plus 3 by 5. See here, I have taken the powers and I have added them, okay. Now multiplied by, same logic for the z terms. Z, Z, Z and Z multiplied with each other. The base is going to remain the same, Z. The powers are going to be added with one another. So the first power 1 by 2, second power minus 2 by 3, third power minus 2 by 3 and fourth power 5 by 6. That's all. Now the next step, would we have done this, we just simply need to add up the powers. Okay. Now let's see here, x power, let me just add the terms having common denominators first. 2 by 7 minus 9 by 7, denominators are common, denominator is 7. Okay, so I can directly add the numerators. 2 minus 9, this would give me minus 7 by 7. Okay, now the other two terms, 2 by 5 plus 3 by 5, denominators are common. Okay, the common denominator is 5. I just need to add the numerators, 5 by 5. Okay, multiplied by z, base remains constant. I have to take common denominator over here. Here, other than minus 2 by 3 and minus 2 by 3, the other denominators are different. I have to take a common denominator. I'll choose the least common multiple of 2, 3 and 6. Okay, so LCM here for 2, 3 and 6 is 6. Now I have to multiply the numerators with the same term which I have multiplied the denominator with in order to get 6. Okay, so in case of 1 by 2, I have to multiply the numerator and denominator by 3 so that the denominator becomes 6. So when I multiply the numerator with 3, I'll get 3. 1 into 3 is 3. Same way, minus 2 by 3, denominator is 3. In order to make it 6, I have to multiply both numerator and denominator by 2. So minus 2 into 2 is minus 4. Likewise, again minus 4 over here for this minus 2 by 3 also. Then for 5 by 6, denominator is already 6. I don't have to multiply it by anything. I'll just keep it as it is. So this would give me the answer 3 minus 4 plus 5 divided by 6. Now I can very well see here I'm getting minus 7 by 7 is minus 1 plus 5 by 5 is plus 1 and multiplied by z raised to the power of 3 minus 4 minus 1 minus 4 again minus 5 plus 5 would yield me 0, 0 by 6. So this is nothing but plus 1 minus 1 will also become 0, x power 0 into z power 0. 0 by 6 is 0. Any base raised to the power of 0 would give me the answer 1. So the answer for this is x power 0 is 1 multiplied by z power 0 is 1. It gives me 1 as the final answer. Answer here is 1. Final answer is 1. Now let's go to the next problem. Okay. Now I'm going to take the next sum. I'm going to leave these properties as it is over here on the right hand side. And I'm going to proceed to the next sum. Okay. The next sum that we have is 2 power x plus 3. Okay. 2 power x plus 3 multiplied by 3 power 2x minus y multiplied by 5 power x plus y plus 3 multiplied by 6 power y plus 1. The whole of this expression, okay, divided by 6 power x plus 1, okay, x plus 1 multiplied by 10 power y plus 3 multiplied by 15 power x. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to bring the denominator to the numerator. The first step, as in the case of the previous problem, I want to bring the denominator to the numerator. So we know that when I bring the denominator to the numerator, the sign of the power is going to change. So I'm going to leave the numerator as it is, 2 power x plus 3, okay, 2 power x plus 3 multiplied by 3 power 2x minus y multiplied by 5 power x plus y plus 3 multiplied by 6 power y plus 1 multiplied by 6 power minus x minus 1. The power changes to negative when I bring it to the numerator. Same way, 10 power y plus 3, when I bring it to the numerator, it will become 10 power minus y minus 3. And same for 15 also. It will become 15 power minus x. Okay, 15 power minus x. Now, here 6 and 6 are common. Okay, so I can apply this property. A power m into a power n gives me a power m plus n. So 2 power x plus 3 multiplied by 3 power 2x minus y into 5 power x plus y plus 3 into 6 power y plus 1 minus x minus 1. Plus 1 minus 1 will cancel. I will be left with y minus x multiplied by 10 power minus y minus 3 multiplied by 15 power minus x. Now, to proceed any further, I would have to break down these three terms. 6, 10 and 15. The bases here are nothing but products of the other three terms. You can see here 2 into 3 gives me 6, 2 into 5 gives me 10, 3 into 5 gives me 15. These three terms, when they multiply with one another, would produce these three bases. So I have to break them down so that I have common bases, so that once again I can apply this property a power m into a power n. That's how we are going to proceed now. So I'll take here 2 power x plus 3 into 3 power 2x minus y into 5 power x plus y plus 3 into 6 is nothing but 2 into 3, 2 power y minus x into 3 power y minus x. Same way, 2 power y minus 3 into 5 power minus y minus 3. Same way, 3 power minus x into 5 power minus x. I have not done nothing but break down these terms. 6 as 2 and 3, 2 multiplied by 3, 10 as 2 multiplied by 5, and 15 as 3 multiplied by 5. Now I can apply this property a power m into a power n. We have common bases. We have 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. I can add up the powers. So 2 power, okay, x plus 3 plus y minus x minus y minus 3. Okay, so this is what I am getting for 2. Same way, 3 power 2x minus y, okay, plus y minus x, then minus x again, into 5 power, okay, you can see here x plus y plus 3, x plus y plus 3, then when I come here minus y minus 3, and when I come here minus x. Okay, so these are my powers. Let me just scroll a little, just give me a second. Okay, now I hope you have taken down the above steps. Now we are coming down. Now all I have to do is add up the powers and simplify. 2 power x and minus x will cancel one another, y and minus y will cancel one another, 3 and minus 3 will cancel one another. I have 2 power 0 multiplied by 3 power y and minus y will cancel one another, 2x minus x they will cancel one another. I am left with 3 power 0 multiplied by 5 raised to the power of x and minus x will cancel one another, y and minus y will cancel one another, 3 and minus 3 will cancel one another. Again 5 power 0. We have seen this property a power 0 is equal to 1. So any number raised to the power of 0, any base raised to the power of 0 yields me 1 as the answer. So 1 into 1 into 1 gives me the final answer as 1. Clear? So this is the final answer for this expression. You can see here, this expression would yield me the answer 1. Okay, right. Now let's proceed to the next sum. Just give me a minute. Now let us go to the next sum. In the next problem, we have been asked to find the value of x power 1 by a minus b. Okay, x raised to the power of 1 by a minus b, the whole power 1 by a minus c. This expression multiplied by, again, x power 1 by b minus c. Okay, the power is 1 by b minus c, whole raised to the power of 1 by b minus a. This again multiplied by another expression, x raised to the power of 1 by c minus a, the whole of this raised to the power of 1 by c minus b. Okay, this is the expression that we have been given. Okay, we have to solve for the value of this expression. Now, we know that when an exponent a power m, okay, is raised to another power, it's already having a power, a base has already been raised to a power, a power m, raised to another power n, the whole power n, okay, it simply means that I can multiply the powers. I will keep the base constant, okay, a as it is, power m into n, which is mn, okay. This will give me m into n, mn. The powers alone need to be multiplied with one another. Applying this rule, okay, x power 1 by a minus b whole power 1 by a minus c will give me x power 1 divided by 1 into 1 will be 1 only, a minus b into a minus c, multiplied by, over here again, x whole power 1 into 1 is 1, b minus c into b minus a, then multiplied by x raised to the power of, again 1 into 1 is 1 only in the numerator, denominator will be c minus a, c minus b. Okay, this is what we have as a expression. Now we can apply this property, a power m into a power n equal to a power m plus n. Okay, so applying that property, since base are all x, I'll keep x as it is. I just have to add up the powers. Okay, 1 by a minus b into a minus c, plus 1 by b minus c into b minus a, plus 1 by c minus a into c minus b. Okay. This is the expression that we have right now. Now I have to take common denominator. I have to find the LCM. Here, in this denominator, if I take minus outside, I'll be left with minus of c minus b, which will give me common with this term. Okay. Same way here, if I take minus outside over here, it will give me b minus a is nothing but minus of a minus b. It will have a common denominator. Part of the denominator is common over here with this one. Okay. So if I take it that way, okay, minus of minus in both these products over here in the second term, 1 by b minus c into b minus a, if I take minus common out of b minus c, minus common out of b minus a, I'll be left with 1 by a minus b into a minus c, minus of minus will become plus only again. 2 minus I'm taking outside. So here it will be c minus b and a minus b. Then plus of 1 by c minus a into c minus b. Now I just have to take common denominator x raised to the power of, okay, here I have a minus b common between these two terms. What I don't have here for the first term is c minus b. So my first term I'll have to multiply it with c minus b. 1 into c minus b is c minus b. Okay. Then plus in the second term with the first term, okay, I do not have a minus c. So I'm going to give it as a minus c over here. Multiplied with 1 is nothing but a minus c. And the denominator will be a minus b is common, multiplied by a minus c into c minus b, plus 1 divided by c minus a into c minus b. Now here you can see here c and minus c will cancel one another. I am left with a minus b. And a minus b in the numerator and denominator, we can cancel them. Okay, so a minus b here will cancel with a minus b in the denominator. I'm left with x power, okay, the first term has become, first and second terms have simplified into 1 by a minus c into c minus b plus 1 by c minus a into c minus b. Okay, this is my expression now. Let me scroll a little. Okay. Now to simplify it further, okay, I can see here, now here you can see, if we have a look at the denominator, I can see that x remains as it is. Here it is 1 by a minus c, c minus b. Here c minus b remains common between the two. Here it is c minus a into c minus b. C minus a is nothing but minus of a minus c. So it is more or less the same denominator. I just have to change the sign on the top. It will become 1 by a minus c into c minus b minus of 1 into a minus c and c minus b again. I'm just taking the minus out of c minus a, it will become a minus c. Now the denominator is common, a minus c into c minus b. Here 1, here minus 1. I can simply add up the numerators. I'll be getting 0 by a minus c into c minus b, which is nothing but 0, x power 0. And as we have seen above, anything raised to the power of 0 will give me 1. The answer here also is 1. Okay, the answer for this sum is also 1. I hope this was informative. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, thank you.